Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Jake Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. The Florida shooting massacre last week prompting school threats across the country. Here in Montana, one young offender now faces felony charges tonight. First,
we begin in Dillon, Montana, where a bomb threat this morning forced the evacuation of UM Western and canceled the college's 125th anniversary celebration.
Both classes and events disrupted due to that threat this morning.
MTN's John Amy in Dillon with the details.
I'm at the University of Montana Western here in Dillon, where earlier Friday morning a note was found in one of the restrooms in one of the buildings on the campus claiming that there was a bomb on campus. Now, university officials immediately contacted Dillon police and they evacuated the campus. Now, Chancellor Beth Weatherby told me that as a result of this threat, they have been searching building to building looking for any kind of device. Nothing has been found as of this afternoon. But as a result of the threat, they have canceled classes for the day, and also any campus activities have been canceled for today. Among the activities is the Founders Day celebration, which is the 125th anniversary of the founding of this university, and these events have also been canceled. John Amy reporting for MTN News in Dillon.
All right, thanks, John.
Now, by 1 o'clock this afternoon, Dillon police determined the campus there was safe and it was reopened to the public.
Police are still investigating, and whoever left the threatening note could face charges.
That is the case in Stevensville, Montana tonight, where a juvenile male is in custody and faces a felony charge of intimidation for threatening students and staff at Stevensville High School.
Police Chief James Marble says the FBI, the Ravalli County Sheriff's Office, and the Stevensville PD worked together to identify the subject. Marble says there is no longer a perceived threat at the school.
Stevensville School Superintendent Robert Moore says administrators only learned about the threats to other students this morning.
A Billings couple will spend a collective 28 years in federal prison for trafficking large amounts of methamphetamine. 35-year-old Raymond Tetzlaff sentenced today in U.S. District Court in Billings to 18 years in prison. His 36-year-old wife, Crystal, sentenced to 10 years. Court documents state the couple possessed 6 pounds of pure meth that they intended to sell. Now, that amount is equal to nearly 22,000 individual dosages, which were seized before reaching drug users in Montana. Raymond Tetzlaff was also convicted of possessing a firearm that he used to further this mass operation. Both defendants are required to be under supervision for 5 years after their release.
A Minnesota man is dead following a snowmobile crash near Cook City. The Park County Sheriff's Office reports the 29-year-old man was found face down in Stillwater Creek Thursday with his snowmobile on top of him. Authorities say it appears the victim was riding solo, side-hilling above the creek when he lost control and tumbled into the water. A group of other snowmobilers found the man but were unable to pull him from the water. It's unclear just how long the man had been in the creek before he was pulled out by search and rescue crews. His name has not yet been released.
Earlier this week, 73 bison were released illegally from the Stevens Creek facility near Gardner.
MTN's Morgan Davies spoke with park officials as well as the Buffalo Field Campaign Group to find out more about this recent vandalism at the park's bison holding facility.
For the second time in just months, fences have been cut at the Stevens Creek facility right outside Yellowstone National Park. The bison that were released this time were going to be shipped out to slaughter so the park could cull the population. Last month, over 50 bison were being quarantined in hopes to be released as a wild herd. Their fences were cut in the holding facility, very similar to what happened to the 73 bison that were cut out of the fences sometime yesterday. Yellowstone National Park Superintendent Dan Wang tells me that the act of sabotage is a setback for bison conservation. Despite the release, bison capture operations are still continuing. The Buffalo Field Campaign has openly expressed their disapproval of the Stevens Creek facility. However, Mike Meese, the campaign coordinator and co-founder, says they do not condone this type of behavior, but they do believe the acts are very telling.
It's kind of showing the people that people are fed up with this. I mean, this is our national mammal. These are a one-of-a-kind species that only exist here in Yellowstone.
The bison cull, which is mandated for the Park Service to do each year, comes from the state of Montana. This year, the state wants the population reduced by 4,800 bison. The Buffalo Field campaign says that they want to go about helping bison exist in the wild legally and are willing to have conversations with ranchers, especially the ones around the park.
Let's work with the ranchers. Let's give them solutions. Let's give them buffalo-proof fences, but let's open up our land and let these beautiful species roam.
Superintendent Wenk also wanted to remind those that are cutting the Stevens Creek facility fences that these acts are only ensuring more bison will be shipped to slaughter. Both incidents are still under investigation. Reporting in Yellowstone National Park, Morgan Davies, MTN News.
All right, thank you, Morgan.
Now, a park spokesman says the park is in the process of making improvements to the facility's security system.
All of this cold weather this month causing a myriad of car troubles for many Magic City motorists. But one group of Good Samaritans on Facebook is willing to help jumpstart your battery, give you a push or tow for free. The Yellowstone County Roadside Assistance Group organized just last month, but already it has 1,700 members. The group has 9 drivers who are willing to go out of their way to help people. Members simply have to post a call for help on their Facebook page, and one of the drivers is then dispatched to their location. One of the drivers, Scott Cadlow, tells us he's already received as many as 75 calls for assistance in just 30 days. Cadlow's a veteran, says he braves the cold to help strangers because it's the right thing to do.
We got a call about someone being stuck in the driveway. So I went out to the house. I went into the driveway, hooked my tow chain up to their vehicle and backed my truck out of the driveway and into the street so they can get out of the driveway. It kind of makes me feel better as a person and helping those who need it.
And again, the drivers don't charge for their assistance. They do, though, accept donations for gasoline.
The Relay for Life of Yellowstone County will no longer keep walkers on the West High track well into the next morning. Relay co-chair Roger Graveguard told Q2 News today the event will wrap up at midnight this year. He says the decision was made after learning the overnight portion of the event actually kept some people from taking part. Graveguard says he hopes this change will also help put an emphasis on all of the teams. In previous years, the team recognition was all in the morning after many people had already left. As for logistics, security will stay on the West High track all night to keep an eye on the tents and belongings. Volunteers will be back in the morning to help teams tear down and pick up anything they left.
Interim MSU Billings Chancellor Dr. Ron Larson made his pitch today to remove that interim label from his title.
Larson has served on the interim role for the past year following the departure of Chancellor Mark Nook. He's the last of 4 finalists vying for the school's top job, and like the other 3, he too went through the school's interview and introduction process today. Larson holds a doctorate in chemical engineering as he works to help the university forge a stronger identity.
Another of his goals is to further capitalize on the school's dual enrollment programs.
I'm not here to impose my way of doing things. I'm here to find out what works for MSU Billings, help the faculty do what they want to get done, help the administrators accomplish their goals. Let's grow this thing together.
And no word yet on when the university hopes to announce its decision.
Still to come on tonight's 5:30 News, there is a section of healthcare needs that fall between the young and the old, and these recent budget cuts in the state are hitting them too.
And later in sports, semifinal night on your divisional basketball court. Scott has an update and shows us which teams are out.
And coming up in weather, we dip to 5 below zero. That makes our streak at 5 days in a row of sub-zero temps, but the streak ends there. We'll tell you how low we'll go tonight coming up.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Green.